Good afternoon, blessed Wednesday to you all. So I'm here to make a video talking about, so as a video that was shared, I think somebody reported the video or the account, and the video has been placed down concerning the late Kadijah, little Kadijah. So in that video, you'll see the uncle, the brother kissing. At that time, it was assumed as a cousin, but that's her brother kissing her. So there is many mixed reactions. I know we're taking precaution because of the time and season we are in. Some people kiss their kids differently. Some family members interact with kids. And so at what point will we say kissing and pecking is abuse? But people, I do respect your points that that's how seduction starts, and that's how a lot of things starts. But let's wait, let justice take its course, because he kissing might be harmless, and some people are like, I see lost in his eyes, I see things in his eyes. But even in Africa, there is strict. Some of us have been pecked in the cheek, have been kissed. They're like, oh, cute little girl, during those days. But people used to, and she's beautiful. I'm not saying that's why you should rape her. She's beautiful. She's sweet. She's a sweet little girl. And as you can see, Khadijah is very sweet. She was smiling and laughing. But let's take a look at that video. Was telling her, say good morning to the people. First, he was like, dance. And she was like, no, I don't know how to dance. And he said, say good morning. And she said, why don't you say good morning? Outspoken as she is, if anything was going on, he would have let her know. So maybe he's a sweet or touchy-feely person, but at one point should we say somebody's so sweet? Because when you have a baby and that baby comes, I'm not talking about him, and you start kissing that baby, at one point do you say, okay, this baby is 5, no more kissing? So you stop kissing and pecking and giving the child, even a baby can wipe their mouth, you know when you kiss them and be like, no, when they start growing up to 3, like, no, mommy, no, I don't want this. I've seen that happen, wherein a boy will be telling the mom, no, I don't want to be kissed, because they see other little girls. So in that phylic stage, it's so important to learn about the phylic stage and when they start knowing good and evil. And Kadijah was at that age of knowing good and evil. So at this time in season, I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm torn in saying anything. I'm not condoning. Either am I saying, oh, I'm condoning this boy or this and that. Everybody's saying he did it. Let justice prevail, proven guilty. And we want justice, right? Let's wait. Just one video that they found out and they're circulating in the internet is not to be the issue. And you have other people blaming the mom. Don't forget she lost a child. And people are like, even, let me tell you this, even a surrogate mom will feel the impact of a loss of a child because they carried that child 9 months. So whether or not she's lived with a child, okay? So putting the blame on her and her family is not fair. We grieve with her, we grieve with the dad, most importantly also. So as people in Africa, we should let justice prevail. And that's what I'm here for. It's sad that a 5-year-old has to go in such a way, that she was supposed to be loved and protected. But what if the perpetrator is still out there? And we're just losing videos. And what if it comes out that this boy did not rape her? Be like, well, he raped the sister said he did it. Okay, let's wait. But there's somebody else that have not been arrested, and I'm telling you this, that should also be in interrogation. How did he get access? Okay, so were these 2 little girls in the same house, or somebody? There are different stories circulating that one, the sister has been raised by somebody else. So how did he get access to rape that girl? If that's true, so that means the stories are not true. circulating some of the stories. So how did he gain access to the older girl? That should be our question. But we're not asking the question. We're asking different questions. And knowing that, who is this little girl with right now? Who controls her and tell her to tell the stories that she's saying? You know, there are things that we need to start. When do we start drawing the line and telling kids it's not okay for adults to peck you in your mouth? In these countries, of course. And the diaspora is yes. In Africa, it's a no of the birds and bees. You don't know what the birds and bees are, but they try to protect you. But in the same time, abuse is happening. So this is what we need to learn. Um, we need to learn when to draw the line, and also say to people when it's not acceptable. When will it be a point wherein every little girl now will be taught in schools and at home what is not acceptable and what area an adult should not touch, and that you do not go to an adult's mail room even if they call you to go into the room? Maybe we're at that stage and you'd be like, that's disrespectful. Well, except the adult is dying and calling outside and say, I need help, then you go get help. But even at getting help, even the little kids that sell oranges, boiled peanuts, you know, and roasted peanuts, bananas, and other fruits and water, pure water. So when do we start telling them, when you're selling your market, don't allow them to tell you, enter with the market into my room. You make sure your money is gotten. Because rape have happened to those kids too at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They tell them come in, and that's how rape has been. So pedophilia is there. And when do we draw the line for rape against adults also? And it's worse when it happens to kids. And when do we draw the line when adults lie about rape? Obscuring the fact of justice for little angels who cannot say anything. Because now people are like, but the angels that cannot say anything, they have people who will open their mouth and will speak for them. But now, these people who are lying, ask yourself this question. This girl don't have a chance to tell her story. She's dead and gone. We do not know the truth of what happened, except the post-mortem report that it's rape. You know why I said we don't have the truth? The different stories circulating. Her voice has not been heard yet. So what's your purpose of lying about rape? So I'm using this also to talk to somebody else, to talk to people, and for us to come together. So with that being said, I don't know what more I should say. So this is the time I should sign up. Rape is evil. Some people decide to get girlfriend for their sexual urge. Other people decide to go and get themselves help. But if you're fantasizing of a little girl, you need help, or a little boy, you need help. This is where the battlefield of your mind is, and you need help. What happens when somebody is born out of rape and they become a perpetrator of rape, or they become a victim of rape? So these are the things we're living with as we sweep under the rug as black people, but we should not be sweeping that under the rug as melanated people. These are things of heart and pain for generations. So these are the time we start asking questions and we start answering, getting answers to this question, and we start making sure these things don't repeat themselves. But will this work in this time and season? Hopefully it does. Pray for peace for everyone whose mind is not settled. Imagine the family going through this. Pray that the minds of our people be right. And this is not what we want to make the headlines for. Yahweh bless you all. You all have a blessed Wednesday ahead. Today I cannot say much. But in all of this, all I can say to you all is that one day justice will serve its course and justice will prevail. And so let's wait. Don't jump the wagon and don't jump the bus. Wait for it, and we'll know what really, really happened to sweet little Kadijah. Saka. All right.